Good morning. It is raining. I was not prepared for that. So this is a little video where I'm taking you to the gym with me. I keep getting asked a lot about how to stretch pre and post workout. I'm going to take you to the gym with me and just show you what I get up to, how I warm up and stuff like that. So obviously you can see that I'm walking. I walk to the gym because it's about a 7-minute walk from me. So already, car being loud. So already I'm kind of moving, I'm, warming up a tiny bit on my way to the gym. So just bear that in mind for if you walk or if you drive or if you cycle to the gym. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and just get my bum there as quick as possible. As you can see, when I get into the gym, I opt for around about 5 minutes on one of the cardio machines. Usually I go for either the stepper or the rowing machine, and this just makes my body nice and warm for the exercises that I have lined up in my workout. My gym is always really, really cold, so that's another reason for warming up in this way. Once I've done this warm-up, I then move on to a more of a dynamic stretching warm-up, which I'm about to show you now. So rather than doing static stretching at the beginning, I want to keep my body nice and warm, which is why I do these dynamic stretches instead. So starting in just like a ragdoll position, just let the body hang down and just maybe sway side to side, stretching out the hamstrings, stretching out through the spine. Then just let the body hang down and slowly roll up to standing, and then I usually work through about 10 squats, so no weight or anything. This is because I know I'm going to be working on squats throughout my workout, so I just want to give my hip flexors, my glutes and my legs a little bit of a wake up call so that they know what's going to be coming. So yeah, I do around about 10 of these, nice and slow, just moving through them. Then coming down onto my back, I work through some spinal twists, so taking the arms out in a T shape, I just bend up my right leg, take it all the way over to the left side, and I do this 8 times on each side. This is also another really nice way just to stretch out through the glutes as well. If you've got any of those if you're having a leg day or a glute day, I know that us ladies seem to be obsessed with having a peachy bottom, so stretching out through the glutes and the IT band is a really good thing to do pre-workout. And then once you've done those, I tend to tuck my legs in and just do some rolling back and forth, just working out through the spine. Option of coming all the way up to standing if that's not too tough for you. This isn't supposed to be the workout. This is just meant to be a way to stretch the body, to loosen out the joints and just to feel a little bit freer. So then once you've done that a few times, coming down to the bottom, sitting down, legs out straight in front, and just come into a forward fold. So this one is a static movement. We're not doing any jumping around or any movement. We are just holding this stretch. And this in yoga is called Paschimottanasana, but in the gym, it's just called a forward fold. So just make sure you're breathing. And then come up to the knees when you're ready and take 5 or 6 shoulder rolls backwards, and then 5 or 6 coming forwards. Again, working through the joint, just getting everything loose. And then I tend to take some arm circles. This is back from my gymnastics days. Working through the shoulder joint was so important, so always taking forward circles, backward circles here. And then when you're done with your circling, coming into maybe a downward facing dog. This is a move that obviously I work through a lot in yoga, and then I will wave all the body all the way forwards into a high plank and just do this a few times to fire up the core. And then that's pretty much me done. Once I've worked with that, maybe coming into one final little forward fold, and then I'm ready to get sweaty. So this is the workout aftermath. Excuse the really loud music. I'm now going to show you how I stretch out to end my workouts.
So
now that the workout is done, I'm ready to stretch out into a little flow. So interlacing the hands behind my back in a kneeling position, I just open out through the chest and breathe really deeply, trying to lift through the tummy. I don't want to be slouching into the spine. And then bringing the arms forward, hugging that big teddy bear that I always speak about in my yoga flows, really push the spine away. Placing the hands down, coming into sort of an extended puppy, just dropping the armpits towards the floor, towards the mat, and send that bottom high. And then to work on my shoulders and my chest opening, I thread the needle, taking the left arm underneath the right and then one arm up to the sky. And then I'll take the same on the second side, always remembering to breathe through my stretches. The breathing part is so important for our stretching, because sending the oxygen to the muscles is what's going to help us stay really nice and lengthened and lean in all of these postures. So then once you've done this, coming back to center and then snaking the body forward, coming into a sort of sphinx posture, so just up on the elbows, opening out through the chest, maybe coming up to fingertips, and just pushing the chest up on straight arms even more, just to open out. Just be careful of the lower back here. Always an area of the body that we need to be super lovely to. So from here, come back down and then push up into a downward facing dog, and then slowly pedal out through the feet. So this is what I do to get a little bit of a stretch down the back of the leg, down the back of the calf muscle, but the whole time I'm just staying strong in my downward facing dog posture. Once you've worked out through the calf muscle, through the leg, I tend to then step forward and come into a hip opening stretch. So like a lizard, I bring my foot near the hand, and then option of just taking the right hand to the knee and just pushing it out even more. Here you always have the option to stay down on the back knee just for a little bit of support. Once you've done a few deep breaths on one side, switch to the other side, and again remember to breathe. It is so important to remember the breath here. So once I've worked through my both sides on my hip opening stretch, I will come down to my belly, interlace my hands behind my back, and then just draw the chest and the shoulders off the mat. So bringing everything up and then rolling over to one side, and then the body, the weight going onto that bottom arm. So not only are you getting a stretch, but you're kind of massaging out through the lower arm as well. Again, always remembering to breathe through these stretches. I know that you hear me say that so much, but really that's why we do it. We need to, if we're not breathing through it, then we're not getting the full benefits of doing a post-workout stretch. So as you can see, I've now moved on to the other side. I'm getting a massage in that right shoulder, but I'm also getting a stretch through the front of the body, through the side of the body, and through the shoulders. So then rolling back over to my front and just bringing myself all the way up through child's pose, and then I come round to sit on my bottom, where I'm now going to come into a forward fold. So in the same way that we did at the beginning, but we're going to hold it for a little bit longer here. Just slowly and carefully breathing into the stretch, maybe working the hands a little bit further forwards with each breath. So on an inhale, we can always lift the chest to prepare a bit, and then on an exhale, working our way forwards, trying to keep our focus on a lengthened spine. So just staying with that breath, and then when you're ready, coming up from that and coming into one of our final stretches. So a glute and an IT band stretch. This is probably something that you've done many times. So here I'm taking the left ankle over the top of the right leg, and I'm interlacing my fingers behind the right leg. I'm keeping my right leg straight just so I get a little bit of an extra stretch. And then with my elbow, that you can't see here, but hopefully you'll see it on the other side, with my left elbow, I'm able to give myself an adjustment, and I'm able to push that left knee out slightly and get an even deeper stretch. So as you'll see, when I switch sides, I interlace the hands, thread them through, draw the leg towards me, and then with that right arm, that right elbow, I'm able to send the right knee out a little bit further and get an even deeper stretch. So So yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. This always feels so good. Like I say, we work glutes quite a lot, so it's important for me especially to make sure that I'm getting a really good stretch. And obviously, as well as doing things like this, it's really great to do foam rolling. This is just a little add-on that I've gone to. Nothing overly fancy. I just wanted to get a little bit of rounding in my spine and in my neck. So I've just come over into sort of like a plow pose, and that's me done. And that is my pre and post workout stretch done for the day. Hopefully you found that interesting. I'm just wrapped up outside my gym now. Hopefully you guys found that interesting. There's just a little stretch routine that maybe you could use pre and post your own workouts. I am gonna run home now, get away from this rain in my little Eskimo outfit, and I will see you soon.